what the immediate area looks like as soon as you walk in. Lots of garbage. People are dumping over here, obviously. Not exactly the most graceful entrance, but we are in. We're going down there. Okay, just saw a car drive by. There is a road that is super close to here. I'm not even sure what that road is used for, but I think it's to access the neighborhood. Not sure if you can see it. The road right there. Walk right down on here. Oh, look at the state of it. Okay. All right, coming out this way. There's a little dirt road thing. We're going this way. Whew. Okay. Oh, so many bushes. Many bushes. When you are stealth camping like I am doing, it is important to avoid people who are doing it for different reasons. And it's important to do that for a variety of reasons. But just to play it safe, I'm going to push a little bit further into the woods. Okay. Well, this is looking a little bit more inviting back in here. Like a little game trail or something here. Well, that is muddy. Muddy. Whoa. It's a deer. Okay. Let's take a look here. This doesn't seem too bad. I got enough space for my tiny bivvy that I'm going to be using. And then I've got this tree. And also this tree back here. I can straight up my tarp between. I am back a ways into the woods. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff set up. Okay, I had to finagle this tarp a little bit. I will show you kind of what that looks like in just a second. But first things first, let me get this chair set up. Okay. All right. Give me a second to take a load off and I'll show you around the tarp. It's looking pretty good now. Right up here, the top line hitch. Going back to that title point. And we've got another top line hitch here. Just one place of that point there. Got our ground staked out on either side here. And then I'm taking a ridge line. And then I've got a line pulling out some extra space. Going back to this tree here. I think that should do it. We might do a little bit more of some finagling with this thing, but I've got just enough space on the top here to be able to get underneath of it. And I can set up a table right here, which is pretty much all I need. We're going to go ahead and do that for our next step. before I get too much further into the video, I just have to say a quick shout out to our sponsor for today, and that is Turo! Raising my voice like that while I'm on a stealth cam. Okay, just gotta remind myself, when you're editing this video, make sure you edit out that part. Sam, make sure you edit out that part. Wasn't I supposed to remember to edit something? Dude, is that a squirrel? Turo is the world's largest car sharing marketplace. With Turo, you can rent whatever car you want, whenever you want it, from a community of local hosts around the US, UK, France, Canada, and Australia. They have a ton of cars to choose from, not just regular commuter cars. Recently, I used Turo to book a utility van and ran some errands with it. I was pleasantly surprised at how easy the booking process was. My host communicated quickly and clearly with multiple options for dropping off and picking up the car. My host actually offered to drop the car off and pick it up directly in front of my house. I mean, why not? Skip the rental counter at hundreds of airports and communicate with your host directly through the app. I have some really cool trips coming up later this year, and you can bet I'll be using Turo. You can learn more about Turo by clicking the link in my description or by scanning the QR code on the screen. Thank you so much to Turo for sponsoring this video and helping me keep the lights on. All right, everybody, let's get back into the action. Okay, so might as well give you guys a little tour around the area. This is where the setup is. Right behind us here. We've got a creek flowing through here. We're heading around this way. A little bit of some more bank kind of area. Pretty cool. Sometimes when you're doing stealth camps like this, you can stumble upon some really pretty nature spots right in the city. Let's just kind of go back over this way. And got some area that could be cleared out. I don't want to cut wood in an area that's most likely some kind of a park. So check that out. It's pretty. Not half bad. So this here is all kind of wide open sort of space. The game trail continues this way. It's just super muddy right there. Otherwise, I would have taken that out. So at this point, I don't think anybody is coming this way unless they're highly advanced. Even though we have what looks like it was some kind of a trail or something at one point, I don't think it's going much of anywhere. And then back in, that is where I came from back there. And I had to do some really serious bushwhacking past some thorny bushes to get in here. So I think I'm pretty good. Even if somebody does push back this way, kids trying to be adventurous or something, into this kind of open area, or they know about it or something, they got to get all the way back over here. And then that is my spot back over there. It's not invisible, but it is pretty inconspicuous, I would say. So, fingers crossed, and we're hoping for the best. Okay, so on today's episode of What Did Sam Forget? I forgot to grab a sleeping mat. That is not the greatest scenario. I need that mat. So the deal here is that it is warm enough that I think I could get away with sleeping directly on the ground, inside the tent, obviously. It wouldn't be the most comfortable thing in the world. I could stack up a bunch of leaves underneath the tent. I don't want to have to drive all the way home to get a sleeping mat, but I have that cot in my car from the last camp out that I did. Not sure. I've been filming a lot lately, so I'm not sure what order you're seeing everything in, but I went and did a camp with my old dog Monty in the inflatable tent, and I had a cot in the car there, and I never took it out of the car, so I could grab that. The only thing is I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to get in there and still get into the tent. I have a feeling we'll be able to do it. Either way, that's okay. I'm sure we'll get through it. After all, I'm Sam Bananas. Thing number 2 on the list that Sam forgot today and that is food and cooking utensils and all of that stuff. Luckily, I've got a smorgasbord of choices. We're going to go ahead and go with the Wendy's because this is a very important camp for me. I'm going to tell you why later. One thing that I did not forget, beer. You know you can count on me, right? All right, so we're going to go back to the car and check for the cot. I'm going to go head on over to Wendy's and grab dinner for the night. After that, we'll break into the beverage center. We'll spend an interesting night urban camping behind Wendy's. But before I do any of those things, I've got to take a little nip off of the old banana flask. Shh. Woo. Goodness sakes, that is smooth, but it's got a bite on it. That is beer barrel bourbon from New Holland Brewing Company. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's get into it.
Celebrate one-of-a-kind people with gifts that say I get you. Etsy. Oreo Thins, flavors that feed your fancy.
Choose the bundle plan that's best for you.
That's a great idea. You're going to love this.
Bundle Disney Plus and Hulu for the shows and movies everyone is talking about. Or step up your game and get a bundle with ESPN Plus and watch the best in sports 24/7.
What are you waiting for?
Are you coming or not? Bundle, save, and get more. More movies, more series, more sports. There's something for everyone. Choose your bundle with Disney or Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
Ren.
From the moment it leaves the factory, critical parts of your engine are building up deposits. And at Valvoline, preventing these damaging deposits isn't enough. We've revolutionized a way to reverse them. Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect,